me, when you were growing up, thought, I will never do what my parents did, something that they did. Maybe you thought, I will never make my kids take piano lessons. Or you thought, I'll never yell at my kids. Or maybe, I won't give my kids chores, ever. But how many of you have found yourself doing the very thing you said you would never do? How many of you have even heard your parents' very words coming out of your own mouth? Why is that? Growing up, we learn how to parent from our parents. Maybe they yelled at us. Maybe they were kind. Maybe we learned that being abusive was acceptable. We watched those parenting scripts, those how to parent movies, day in and day out, again and again, until they were ingrained in us. And unless we are aware, those scripts dictate how we parent. I like to think of the parenting legacy that we've inherited like a parenting relay race, where a baton is passed from one generation to the other. What is the parenting baton that you inherited like? What does it look like? Is it shiny and bright? Or is it maybe dusty and dented, a little bit dirty? Maybe your parents dropped it and you had to find it and pick it up. When I work with parents, I've found that oftentimes they are confused because of the parenting scripts that they learned that were either confusing or bad, and they're not sure if what they're doing is right or even going to work. But I have found that when they learn strong, solid parenting principles, that they are able to see the race more clearly. One woman that I worked with, a mom, she came from a really toxic home, and she was super concerned. She did not want to raise her kids in a home like the one she was raised in. So she tried every day. She tried, and then she stumbled and she fell. She tried again and stumbled and fell and tried for years, until finally she learned some powerful parenting principles, and she got tools. And then she was able to take off, and she completely changed the way she parented, and she healed her family. Parenting is a day in and day out responsibility. Sometimes it can seem overwhelming to even hold on to that parenting baton. Sometimes the race can seem daunting. Sometimes it seems like the finish line is always moving. And yet, if we learn good parenting principles, we can completely change how we parent. No matter what the parenting scripts we learned, no matter how dusty our baton, we can pick it up. We can dig deep inside of ourselves, and we can make conscious choices to make small changes that will have a huge impact on our families. And every small change that we make, every little thing that we do differently, is a dusting off that baton, and we're leaving a better baton, better parenting legacy for generations to come.